What can we do about things that keep us off the spiritual path? All right, that is the question for today, and that is number 45 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. If you'd like to get a complete list of that, of those 144, just click the link in the description and I will send you out my free guide to the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. Also, if you'd like to brush up on your Tree of Life, you can just watch my video, Tree of Life, a short introduction, or Tree of Life, an introduction. And that should get you up to speed enough to watch all 144 of these videos. Okay, now welcome to my channel. My name is Thomas, and I do videos on educational matters, mostly kind of the esoteric and the unsung episodes, things that I think are important but that very, very few people know about. I've spent the last 25 years studying people that you never heard of before, people that have spent their whole life working on something but never really got any credit for what they've come up with. That's not all that I study, but a lot of it is along those lines. Some of it is also people that you've heard of before, or things like Tree of Life that you've also probably heard of before, but maybe you don't know too much about it. Now, the first unit for this channel is to work on the Tree of Life. And we work on the Tree of Life because it is a great model that you can use in order to help you with other subjects too. And so that's kind of how we do it here. If we can develop fluency with the Tree of Life, then we can take off, because we can more easily learn all these other subjects that will be coming up afterward. Okay, now today we're looking at number 45. What can we do about things that keep us off the spiritual path? And you'll see here that we're located here in the 7th sphere. This is where number 45 is located, the 7th sphere. Now remember, the Tree of Life itself is a map of our consciousness. And each one of the spheres or circles on the tree, along with the abyss and the 0 above the tree, are our different faculties of consciousness or abilities of consciousness. And the 7th sphere itself corresponds to our imagination. It also corresponds to our inspiration, being able to be inspired by other people who are doing things that are similar to what you aspire to. Also, our intuition, being curious and going inside to find answers and to verify those answers. And then the 7th sphere is our congregative faculty. We put things together, separate things. We put them together, unlike the 8th sphere, where we take things and we separate them into categories. With the 7th sphere, we take things that are separate and put them together into pleasing arrangements. So this has to do with our pleasure principle, and also to put them together in original arrangements. And so that is our creative spark. So all those things, along with our higher calling in life, which is kind of putting all those things together into the best version of ourself, the way that we can most benefit the planet and the universe that we live in. Okay, and then now to take the fractal, what we do is we take the whole tree, all 12 categories, and shrink it down and put it on each individual sphere. So we take the 7th sphere and divide it into 12. Take the 6th sphere and divide it into 12, and so on. So we end up with 144, 12 by 12. And so within the 7th sphere, number 45 is represented by the 3rd sphere. And you may remember the 3rd sphere is about omnipotence, all-powerful. In particular, it's about chanting mantra, using sound and sound symbolism in order to basically tap all our untapped reservoirs of power. Also, that is all aided by sobriety and scruples and inhibitions. So being able to let go of these things. So we're combining that. So we're thinking about the third fractal within the seventh sphere. So that's how those things are combined into number 45, which is called ablutions. Stage number 45 is about letting go of habits and comforts that restrict us and or others. Within discipline, sobriety, austerity, and thrift are needed to move up on the spiritual path as we transition from animal to ethical orientation. So, what are we celebrating today anyway? At this party or on this holiday? Or are we eating nuttin', eh? A la cold turkey? Or piping hot with stuffing? Instead, celebrate what we will abstain from, what we will ablute. Celebrate getting out of jail free, cutting ourselves out of our prison, divest, or, if we have the discipline, we can observe the holiday without indulging all the accoutrements. Fight back against the consumerism masquerading as tradition. And our arsenal, our ammunition, is strictly what we're willing to ablute. Divest, aspire higher, rise above the plane of vestment, to be a galactic good neighbor. Aspire higher, weigh the waist, rise above, to be no longer a victim of its isms, no longer a victim of its 12 steps, with instead a plan to divest. But ablutions are a quick way to lose our popularity, to lose our status in the public sphere. We become a buzzkill, a killjoy, even when we politely decline. But at the same time, ablutions can help us affirm our consciences, gain some individuation and harmonization with life. Life becomes more full, more fulfilling anytime we get off a food stimulant. Few, if any, revolutions succeed long term because they develop major internal conflicts due to habits and conditionings that they perpetuate into power struggles. These conditionings are the bars that bind us. Take them on one at a time. Form a wedge. Use leverage. Put down the edible and the beverage. A sequence of ablutions are the path off the edge, off the ledge, and out of this mess. It is a lot easier to let go of pleasures when we know that joy comes from within. Joy comes from within. Instinct, emotion, sensations, animal impulses do not own us. Prove it to ourselves. Exalt. Okay, that's number 45. That is called ablutions, the third fractal of the seventh sphere. And that is the installment for, at least for right now, of the 144 fractal faculties. If you'd like to get that complete list, again, just click the link in the description and I'll send that out to you for free. You can also click the like button. You can share the video with others, subscribe to the channel, make constructive comments in the comment section, You can also donate directly to me through Cash App and Venmo listed in the description. And just know that stay tuned for future videos in this series of 144 Fractal Faculties. Coming up soon, I'll be rolling out number 46. So stay tuned for that. And other than that, please have a great day.